Think about getting dressed this morning. There is one piece of clothing you probably put on without a second thought. Underwear. It's the most basic, fundamental layer of our modern wardrobe. But what if I told you that for most of human history, people didn't wear underwear the way we do today? If you traveled back in time just a few hundred years, checking beneath the skirts and trousers of our ancestors would reveal a surprising and very breezy truth. Welcome to Simple Things Surprising Histories. Today we are answering a question you probably didn't know you had. What exactly did people wear before underwear? Let's uncover the naked truth. To find the earliest undergarments, we have to go way back. Thousands of years ago, protection from the harsh elements with the primary goal. Take Ötzi the Iceman, who lived over 5,000 years ago. When his perfectly preserved body was discovered in the Alps, he was wearing a simple leather loincloth. In ancient Egypt, many men, from pharaohs to laborers, wore a linen kilt called a shendyt. And in ancient Rome, gladiators and many athletes wore a subligaculum, a type of tied shorts made of linen or leather. But here's the catch. These weren't worn under anything. For many ancient people in warm climates, the loincloth wasn't underwear, it was just wear. It was their main outfit. If you lived in ancient Greece or Rome and walked the streets in a long, flowing tunic, chances are you had little or nothing on underneath. Fast forward to the Middle Ages in Europe. The climate was colder and clothing became heavily layered. Men began wearing loose-fitting linen trousers called brays, tied at the waist with a simple cord. They would tuck their long shirts down into them to act as a barrier against rough wool clothing. But what about women? This is where history gets surprising. For centuries, women wore a long, simple linen dress called a chemise or a smock right against their skin to absorb sweat. But beneath the waist, usually nothing we'd recognize as underwear. That's right. For much of the Middle Ages and into the Renaissance, many women basically went commando. Women's underpants were uncommon, often associated with men's clothing or prostitutes. If a powerful medieval queen was walking through her castle, she likely wore no separate undergarment beneath her heavy gowns. So when did things change? The big shift happened in the 19th century, thanks to a strange mix of hygiene and hoop skirts. When Victorian women started wearing giant bell-shaped crinolines, a sudden gust of wind could cause a major societal embarrassment. So more women started wearing drawers. But these early underpants had one strange feature by today's standards. They were completely split down the middle. Why? Because taking off multiple layers of heavy corsets and petticoats to use the restroom was physically impossible. Open crotch drawers were simply the practical solution. It wasn't until the 1930s that underwear as we know it was truly born. Thanks to improved elastic fabrics, the brand Jockey introduced modern men's briefs in 1934, drawing inspiration from French bathing suits. Suddenly, undergarments were snug, supportive, and mass-produced. From simple leather straps and bare medieval legs to the elastic bands we casually snap into place today, the history of underwear is a surprisingly recent revolution. So, the next time you get dressed, take a moment to appreciate the simple things. Thanks for watching Simple Things Surprising Histories. If you enjoyed this breezy trip through time, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with a curious friend, and subscribe for more unexpected stories. See you next time.